welcome to the live stream of Eagles and the Braddock Road Stars Elite. It's a lovely night here in Charlotte. I'm David Sanford with Jesse Nemi, and we're happy to bring you the game for tonight. The teams, as you can hear in the background, are introduced. For the Eagles, in goal, and Sarah Ann Wall, Amanda Nair, Alyssa Telang, Jen Ludeman in the defense, Leah Fortune, Annie, Valerie O'Brien in midfield, along with Alex Brandt. Leah Fortune's going to be playing top, so she'll be up forward. Of course, we have a real standout, a great addition to the Lady Eagles, Lauren Hughes on one flank, Nikki Elisasser. Road, Chandler Rose in goal. Defenders are Kari Reel, Kylie Kelsey, and Claire Robbins. At midfield for Braddock, Rachel Moore, Anna Madsen, Natalie Larkin. And up top, Mayor Sean, Olivia Fiegel, and Dakota Stevens.
And as a result of captain's meeting, it'll be the Stars Elite kicking off to begin the match.
Braddock Road starts with the ball. In a 4-3-3, and they are coming off of a 3-game spell. Their last match, I believe it was a 7-goal shutout against the Spirit Reserves. Braddock's last games, they have fallen in a combined score of 14-0. Charlotte trying to get their players around the ball, top of the box, and Braddock comes in transition. So Jesse, you're feeling each other out. What are you guys usually looking to do? Jesse's been playing with Eagles for 3 years now?
2 years.
2 years. Started with the Chicago Eagles Academy up in Chicago, and is now joined here. And he also neighborhood with some populations that are refugees here in Charlotte, and we can talk about that later. But Jesse joining us. So as a player, going through your mind?
I mean, come out hard and just really kind of get an idea of what Braddock Road is time, attack the net, when we get a chance. Not hold anything back in the first couple of minutes. I think the first few minutes are crucial.
You can see that for sure. Well, you can see Lauren Hughes is lacks no confidence, just run right at you. She's dangerous square ball across the back. Plays a nice ball into the corner. Ludeman coming off of a stint playing professionally in Finland. Been a nice addition for the Eagles. Tell you, Jesse, Braddock's got some players. Natalie Larkin, second team All-Ivy League. She started all 15 games that she appeared in. Carlin Baldwin started 20 of 21 games played as a freshman at Tennessee. There's Leah Fortune's flip throw. And the keeper comes out boldly. Another corner. But Baldwin competed in the 2014 U20 Women's World Cup for the U.S. team. And Elise Branton also has played with our national team And right over the head of Hughes. It's a great service from Fortune. And Hughes got back on side after her throw in.
Expert staff of doctors and PAs is ready to treat your entire family. Learn more about our hours at www.orthocarolina.com/urgent.
Little confusion there over the, was that a goal kick or an offside? Kaylee Reel also for Braddock competed in the 2014 U20 World Cup with our USA team. She was the youngest person on the roster. They have some players out there, some talent. I'll tell you that the Eagles are finding Fortune's feet pretty well.
For sure.
For them. She has a pretty unique ability when she gets the ball on her feet in the top of the 18. What do you see at a league?
Composure with the ball at her feet, and then she can just finish really well, which I think will be a big threat in this game. She's a leading now for the Eagles, and so I would say she's one of the biggest threats tonight for the Eagles offense.
Yep. She has 4 goals. That puts her actually second in the league. Good ball across from OB. Fortune has her own national team experience. She played in the full Women's World Cup for Brazil. She has dual citizenship with USA and Brazil, and played with the Brazilian national team. The last Women's World Cup. Well, it looks like has gone to one holding midfielder, which lets Nair be able to go join Fortune. They've got O'Brien holding at midfield, and Alex Brandt. Excuse me, that's Spees that's joining. Braddock Road with 5 players on their bench, which is and a corner awarded to the Eagles.
Corner kick for the Lady Eagles.
Jesse, Coach Horton loves this stack play here, making it very difficult to keep her. Great swinging cross. It's just hard all the way around for everybody in the box when they stack like that. Charlotte has some years.
Yeah, definitely a threat in the box on those corner kicks with 4 of the tallest players on the team in the box.
Yeah. Yeah, Fortune, we were mentioning earlier, second in the league with goals, leading the Eagles. She has 10 points on the season. And I think with the bees and Hughes, it's really freed up Fortune to play a little more freely, have to carry a little less weight, and actually carrying the team. And to me, I don't know what you think, Jesse, but it looks like she's really enjoying her play.
Yeah. She's having a great time. I know last year playing a little more in the midfield. This year she's able to play up top and just be more of a contender for goals scored for us.
Well, Braddock looks satisfied to take a 20-yard wide shot. They're clearly going to seize their counterattack opportunities. The Eagles are keeping the ball. Possession rate. Once again to with a brilliant first touch and a cross.
Alsasser.
Great opportunity. It was well constructed. Elsasser did a great job holding herself on side there. I think the Eagles are trying to figure this game out a little bit. You can see the flank players are pulling in. They're not as wide because of the availability of Fortune's feet, and if they stay too wide, it's hard for them to be able to connect with her. It looks to me like when they do find Leah, that the girls are quickly coming in from the flank and making runs across for to connect with them.
Yeah, looks like they're really kind of getting the idea and the flow of the game's kind of setting a tone.
So Spies had a concussion. You want to tell us what happened there? And this is her first game back in a while, right?
Yeah, Spies got a concussion in the home opener. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and she's been out since then. Got back to training this week and did a phenomenal job, and coach thinks she's back in. So we're excited as a team to have her back and just see how she can continue to contribute. She had a phenomenal game, that first home opener with the Eagles. Remind everyone, won 5-1 against the Carolina Cobras.
Braddock was building something nice there. They certainly committed the numbers forward there.
His 15 years of experience, including the active release technique, get you back to what you love to do quicker. Visit www.proactivematthews.com for more details.
Fortune was great recovery and great defending there by Elise Branton. To have that last defense, give cover, but it looks a little bit like they're playing on an edge here. Eagles are going to stack their defenders, their attackers in there again on the line. In swinger and well collected by Chandler. Mayor Shine lays the ball back, looking to get it back again. Kayla Seymour on the ball. Finds its way back to Elise Branton, who swings it across. And the ball easily handled by Horner Jones.
Offside is the call. Fans, be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/CharlotteEaglesSC. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/CharlotteEagles.
Beagle looks like a player that composes herself in this game. I think the Eagles would be happy to see her coming back and getting balls facing her own goal. But number 9, there she is running on the ball again. Looks like a player, if she can get facing the Eagles, she is now, run at the ball, that could create some real problems. And an offside call where Fortune had come back from an offside position to receive the punt. Braddock building some numbers around the ball. Jesse, looks like Braddock gradually and incrementally finding their way down the field, possession by possession.
I'd have to agree.
They withstood the early pressure from Charlotte. One wonders if will Charlotte regret not taking advantage of some of the opportunities they had early on. That's ball played through to Marie Shine. Shine still battling. Proving to be a fighter. Shine any space. I think with Horner Jones back in the goal, they'll be happy. 25 and 30-yard shots.
Yeah, definitely.
Jones a great goalkeeper. Multiple seasons with the Eagles, college coach. And a great...
Spees hits it.
Spees with a rip. Wow. Hey, I have to say, Lauren Hughes, credit Hughes, never saw the ball, but totally pulled the defense to slide right in that space. And wow. Fortune, wait patiently on that. Let the defense get imbalanced. Spees proving all she needs is a sniff. Very well placed strike. Charlotte 1-0. A little bit against the flow of play in the last 5-7. Yeah.
let's see if that goal doesn't boost the Eagles' defensive pressure. Make them humble.
Yeah. Hughes on the ball again. She'll probably be happy to go herself. Looking to bend the ball, and it never bent. Great turn at midfield from Larkin. And some ball.
Free kick.
Seymour again, wanting to run at Wall. Brandt. Ball, good patience. Spees take around the field. Maybe a good time to hold the ball up and let some people join play. But Spees feeling like she could find fortune. Just didn't work out. Charlotte, I mean, they're committing 4 people minimum to pressure the defense of Braddock Road as they try and build out. What a crew and another back.
Oh.
Great goalkeeping, excellent positioning.
Yes, definitely.
Make that save look easy from 4.
Rosemary Chandler with the stop.
This is the first time Lady Eagles and ever played. This is the second season for Braddock Road, and they qualified for the playoff. And they got the spot for the Northeastern Conference last year, but this is the first time these two teams have met. Lady Eagles having played in USL W League. I believe this is the 12th year.
I think so. I think that's correct.
Talang getting an unusual touch on the ball. She hasn't seen much of the ball in the attack. And, you know, told Charlotte pretty much from their defense has been able to pretty much go up the middle of the park. Just right in the front. So we haven't seen the defenders coming and joining the attack. I will say Coach Horton likes to get the ball forward as fast as he can, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Say? So sometimes it's hard to come join it. Here's the opportunity to build a little bit. Talang coming into play. Wall giving balance on the weak side. Talang with the serve. Lauren still on the ball. Can she turn her hips? No. Back to Talang. We speak it. Talang. Involved in play. Alsace for the Eagles. I believe she's a Messiah College product. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is.
Messiah College. Highland Division III program for both women, winning multiple national championships. Nair played at Messiah as well.
Plus enjoy exclusive coupons and free shipping on thousands of items. See your local store for details.
Yeah, I don't think Speed to win too many of those head balls with her recent concussion. She's feet like that.
Yeah. I think she'll be kind of.
Yeah.
And only when necessary.
But as we saw from the goal, I think that's a risk the coaches are willing to take.
Yep.
And everyone's sensing, fortunately, not much Chandler could do. The Lady Eagles have been scoring goals at a rate that they never have before. I mean, the first game, 6 goals.
Yeah. 6 goals.
And then in Tennessee, you actually hosted a game and you had 4 goals there.
Yep. Right.
And you actually had a game that did not get to halftime because of weather, and I believe you were up 2-0 on Atlanta. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So
they're only having 3 half games under our belt, I should say. We've got quite the number of goals racked up already.
And El Sasser, wow. That was a very close call.
That was.
But I am confident that the linesman has a much better position on that than I do.
Yeah.
Okay, and what we have is an advantage being as the Lady Eagles turned out and played the ball in. The ref had given advantage in the play. Did not turn out to be advantageous. He called the play back and awarded Nair with the strike. A little high and wide, but she can strike it. Now, in the last 4 years, I have seen center back holding midfield target, and I believe she's even spent some time a little more forward at midfield. And I'll tell you, every position she stepped into, she's been one of the best. She is a phenomenal athlete. Tell us about her sister.
Her sister is actually in Canada right now with the women's team, one of the goalkeepers for the Women's World Cup.
So Amanda Nair comes from striking a great ball there, almost getting over. Comes from quite a pedigree in soccer.
Your senses are in tip-top shape this season by visiting Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose Associates.
The sun, and as you're looking back across the field from that side, it's pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. See if Elsie can handle it. She's doing fine. Just we'll let Ludeman deal with it. O'Brien, back to Nair, back to Ludeman. And a great move by O'Brien, sliding Lauren through.
An offside made.
Yeah, really nice step up by O'Brien.
That was.
And O'Brien, a great player.
A great run by Leah and even if the timing was off.
So little known fact, but Ludeman at center back for the Lady Eagles. I coached at the high school she attended. I coached the boys, and I was her middle school principal. And I've known Jennifer for Spees using that nice left foot of hers. Bend a gentle soft ball in.
But Braddock's really having to come deep again to find the ball. The presence they had gained over a period of time up front, it looks like they have to come and build that back again.
They was half before the first goal.
Yeah.
And helpful for their quest for another goal.
Here comes the in-swinger from Spees this time. Great ball.
And we'll switch sides for another Lady Eagles corner kick.
You really like to see players that are getting the opportunity to head the ball on the back half of the goal to put it back across. Chandler getting the ball. Yeah, if you can get that ball back face, the keeper sliding over to you makes the keeper vulnerable, and then the ball is usually left on play to be cleaned up for seconds of anybody coming in to get that. There, just relieving for opening the telling you that has just made Brant and Fortune better. You can see the chemistry of the build in tight spaces.
Absolutely.
I like seeing O'Brien coming back and getting the ball. I think she's a quality player. Great, really delivers well. I think as Charlotte builds, they'll do well to let her see the ball. Taking care of that.
You can check out team rosters, purchase tickets, and get next game details.
Ball. Corner to Braddock. Something you don't see much other than Arsenal these days and the University of North Carolina women. A zone here. It's a ball. Nelsap blocks it out.
And a substitution for your Charlotte Lady Eagles.
Charlotte has a game tomorrow night.
Yep, Washington.
And in Coach Horton's mind. Wants to give Fortune rest. They're up 2 goals. Who do we have coming in here?
I think that's Jen Lee.
Jen Lee looks like she's going to slide left, and Elsasser up top. Yeah. Ball. Nice first touch, Elsasser. And here's Jen Lee with her first touch on the ball. Lauren Hughes is one of the taller ladies on the field, but I'll tell you, she has wheels.
She definitely does.
And Charlotte will not hesitate to fall in behind. Let her chase that. They'll be happy to do that 3 or 4 times, and that's either an opportunity or it's going to start stretching that defense and giving even more space to the back line. It's a nice 60, 55-yard ball. You don't see that in too often. Ludeman just playing out of pressure. So the question is going to be whether Elsasser can receive balls at her feet in that tight space like Fortune was.
Gently
Great
for
ball,
cross.
Tell you, when you can play balls and it has the defenders running at their own goal, having to play the ball, you've put yourself in optimal position. As a defender, I'm sure you happy when you find yourself in that situation.
Definitely not.
At your own goal.
One bad mistouch, and who knows what could happen.
Yeah.
Own goal or advantage for the opposition.
Jess, I think 6 available to each team. The Eagles having a game tomorrow night. Some on the bench. It's a great ball played across deceptively by Brandt. I would anticipate we're going to see all 6. Charlotte already using 1.
I definitely would think the same thing. You don't always see Coach use all of his subs, but I think today, with knowing that tomorrow there's another game, I think he'll strategically do that.
Yeah. Brilliant effort by O'Brien. I think Braddock, I would not be surprised to see them try their penetration earlier. They've been trying to build into feet and build around and through Charlotte. It looks like it's tough to get the numbers in there. So I would not be surprised to see them start to release Fiegel and see if they can't, as a cross midfield, try and play some early balls in for her. Charlotte tasting the opportunity with Braddock line. And we've had quite a few offsides so far. I think they'll be happy to keep testing that because there's probably a goal on the end of that. Fake out. I think Brant picked her head up and 1-on-5, 1-on-6, and
Slightly against her.
She better just pull that back. But the foul came before she was able to pull that off. Charlotte is really Braddock space. I mean, you can tell their back line is just they will not score by getting in behind us.
Yep.
They're going to have to score by shooting from in front of us. Puts a little pressure on O'Brien at holding midfield, but she seems up to it. So we got Spees stepping off. Getting a much needed rest. Good minutes by Spees.
Absolutely.
Coming back from her concussion. Brittany Underwood coming on. Underwood from City.
Outside.
It's a nice possession.
Outside.
Walk and taste it. She's looking at timing on the delivery. Really is about getting minutes, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Holding a really high line. Drawing the offsides against Charlotte, but able to restrict their space. And Charlotte, who will concede space and to prevent you from getting in behind them. Square ball at midfield, intended for Underwood. Doesn't work out. Underwood comes and collects it.
One minute of stoppage time. Correction. 2 minutes of stoppage time. 2 minutes.
2 minutes of stoppage time here. speed of play by Charlotte's dropped off a little bit. Great ball played for Brian. Jin Lee with an excellent ball across. And there's the half. So Jesse, for you to tell us about what you're doing. You've come to Charlotte and played on the team, and you've actually joined in with the Charlotte Eagles and some of the ministry that they have here in Charlotte. For those of you that don't know, secondary to the opportunities that we try and create out of the game. One of them is that we have an inner city ministry where players and staff go and live in communities where there are children at risk. Most of them are refugees from other coming here, not too culturally aware, a lot of them not speaking English, but they all speak soccer.
Yes.
So tell us about where you're living, how you got there, and what you're doing.
Like David said, I'm living in a refugee neighborhood here in Charlotte, and I work with the girls in our neighborhood and the boys too. My roommates and I, who are also on the team, we all coach girls team and kind of do a mentorship, discipleship relationship with the girls. Most importantly, we're just their neighbor. So the usual things, if you need an egg or a cup of milk or something, as well as we're helping with homework and coaching and just everyday life, playing in the field in the neighborhood. A lot of the kids don't come from a lot of things. They're refugees, recently. Some of them have only been here for 2 years, learning English and helping them with the process of that and just kind of assimilating to a culture in America. It's definitely a privilege. Stories, but also just to share the gospel, that just to show them how much Jesus loves them, and I love them because God loves me.
Wow.
So it's just been a remarkable experience. I've been there for 9 months now, and it's a very unique opportunity that I'm so blessed to have.
So soccer's not the end, it's the means.
Yep, definitely.
And there's something much more important than the game. The game actually becomes the vehicle where then you can live as a follower of Jesus and impact others through the game.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, where are the girls from?
Got girls from quite a few different countries. Ethiopia, Nepal, Thailand, Burma. Got a couple from Mexico, Honduras.
Yeah, I believe.
Eritrea, yes. It's just kind of a mix of Southeast Asia and Africa, and then a couple of countries.
Uh-huh. I think I see the girls from the girls soccer team that you coach. They're in the neighborhood, along with the girls that you live with from the Eagles here, Molly Druger and Alex Brandt, who's running midfield right now, the Lady Eagles in this game. These girls are the ball girls for the game right now, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great. Get them out of the neighborhood and here in a wholesome environment.
They're very happy to be around the game and just watch. They've meet with our team and them. So it's exciting for them to come out because they know they get as much as they can.
Well, Jesse, I want you to know it's a real privilege of mine to serve and work with you. I think you're just a fantastic person, and those girls are so blessed, so lucky to have you there. in their lives. So thanks for what you're doing,
Thank you.
and we just hope the best for you and those girls. So thanks for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back at the start of the. Thanks for joining us. Well, Jesse, back here at Queens University Sports Complex, home of the Lady Eagles, up 2-0 at halftime. Let's have our eyes out there to see if there are any changes. I don't see any changes for the Lady Eagles.
I think we've got a sub in the midfield for Claudia. Claudia Day is in now.
Okay. Claudia Day in at holding for...
Looks to be, yep.
Yeah.
Ready to go, gentlemen.
Good eye.
I think we switched. We've got Maddie Kozlarich in for Alyssa Tillang as well. I think those are the only substitutions I see for the Eagles starting the second half.
Great. Tillang, I thought, had a nice half there. Maybe Coach Horton knows something about how busy she'll be tomorrow night.
Yeah.
This is great for Maddie. How many offsides there were in that first half, but I would have to guess 10 for the Lady Eagles.
Quite a few.
Okay, building a little slower. Outside back involved in the play. Good. See if Wall can get around the corner.
Across the box.
Looked like Brant was going to get on the end of that, but Chandler did a nice job cutting that out. Risky rolling a ball out there, but you can see using 5 to press here. Tough ball. Handled that. Handled it well. And good patience and intelligence by Charlotte.
Power through with Powerade Ion 4. Replaces the 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Pick it up at your local retailer.
And this is what Braddock was waiting on. And I don't think Robin Warner Jones is going to with how her defense handled that. So to punish them, she makes them step out and she's going to punt it. Inside this time, got a run in the box. Played behind her. Jin Lee recovers it.
Solution for care when time is of the essence. Our team of doctors and PAs is ready to treat your entire family. Learn more about our hours and locations at www.orthocarolina.com/urgent-care.
Jesse, who's running the game out there for Charlotte right now? Who's the vocal one? Setting the pace, setting the expectations.
I know there's definitely a lot of vocal direction coming from Amanda Nair and Robin in goal. But I think also we've got Alex Brandt and just kind of setting the pace and the tone second half.
Your Urban Eagles ball girls are enthusiastic about getting a ball on the field for in there. This is as deep as I've seen them build that many numbers against Charlotte.
Back shot, number 16, Rachel Moore, the diving save by Robin Horner.
It's a nice shot by Moore. Seymour being able to put a stamp on things here. And Fiegel lets the Lady Eagles off. It's a nice build up there by Braddock. Good activity.
Providing recreational and elite soccer players with the opportunity to be coached by their favorite Eagles player. With over 8 different locations, we know you can find a training with a Christian message. CharlotteEaglesCamp.com.
I think in the second half, the question is going to be Hughes. Great.
Oh.
And Hughes seems like a challenge for Charlotte to locate and connect with Lauren Hughes. She's definitely remains a threat out there, but pose header there from Ludeman.
Marcel is one of the fastest growing snacks in the USA over the last few years. Marcel is making a difference by innovating surprises with shapes, sensations, and the original intense flavor of these corn chips. Marcel products range from spicy kettle-cooked potato chips to the most exciting flavors of Takis corn chips.
So Jesse, I think this game for Nikki Elsasser. Is that right?
Yep.
She just joined the team, having been in Africa.
Yeah, in Zambia.
Zambia. So
I
she
believe
was
it
there
was.
on a ministry trip. Was that with the school?
Yeah.
With Messiah College?
Yep. So this was her first start with the Eagles.
Okay.
For today, and seems to be doing very well.
She does. She looks, I mean, from all appearances, you would think she's been with the Lady Eagles for the whole season. She's really fitting in well, finding the players that are moving off of her. Braddock's building some confidence.
Shot from distance by number 6, Harry Shine.
I have to say, the speed of play from Braddock, it's just a series there. Really well constructed, great speed of play. I think one could wish the same for Charlotte right now. Finding people getting on the ball, 5, 6, 7 touches. Things become predictable. Let's see if Charlotte can pick their speed of play up. Nice hard work by Lauren Hughes as a forward, getting back and helping out. Defensive third. Going herself.
Pushing foul late. Dr. Michael Guerrero at Proactive Chiropractic is the name the Eagles trust for their chiropractic needs. His 15 years of experience, including the active release technique, get you back to what you love to do quicker. Visit www.proactivematthews.com for more details.
So in the W, and we also saw when Charlotte had USL Pro, as the game approaches the 70-minute mark, substitutes become the real question. Who you're going to bring off your bench? Are you going to use your substitutes? You're going to ask your players to play the full 90. And it was not uncommon for substitutes to come in and have the opportunity to make the team. Charlotte 3.
They've used 4, I think.
Yeah, they've used 4, so they have 2 left. Question is then, as I was alluding to, does Charlotte use the next two? It's stand thinking about the game tomorrow, but you got to win the game tonight.
Yep.
So can players play at this level 90 minutes with very few substitutes? It's quite a aggressive play there. Coach Horton expressing great displeasure at the lack of the call. Actually pretty smart right here, catch their breath. They're up 2 goals. Keeping possession, being a premium. Braddock's done a great job positioning themselves to cut off the ball as it's served in. Game's opening up, Jesse.
Yeah. Braddock here on the counter attack. See what they'll do.
Charlotte winning the ball, giving it straight back to Braddock. El Sasser being given onside. Foot race here. Great save by Chandler.
Definitely.
Great strike.
Great play
by
all
El
around.
Sasser. Pardon me?
Great play all around.
Yeah, it was.
For sure.
So, this game is open. Really stretched right now.
Number 6, Jen Lee will tee up.
This is where Charlotte has great economy. They're great on free kicks. Maybe their scoring opportunity here. Not to be. Nice ball from Fiegel.
Fans, be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Charlotte Eagles SC. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Charlotte Eagles.
So Jesse, with Charlotte's propensity to get forward as fast as they can, it kind of comes to moments in the game like this, a game management, 65 minutes into the match, up 2-0. That the priority right now. Another goal.
I don't think it's the first thought, obviously. You know, the game could change at any moment with one shot, you know, by Braddock that just goes in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So they're still pursuing a third goal. But I think for that, you know, keep playing smart, I think.
Yeah.
And knowing when to make those.
Great point.
Those
Smart's
runs
the word, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a lot on the Eagles this season, and I think that shows in moments like this, or in games where they just know when to take the opportunity, just kind of keep possession.
Right now, the experience on the field for Charlotte seems to be more weighted in the back.
Yeah.
With Nair, Ludeman, her international experience, Waugh, and of course, Robin in goal. Charlotte clears. Braddock cleans it up. Braddock with a substitution here. 24. Boyles in for Branton. The period there in the first half for 14 for Braddock. Seymour was able to get on the ball and was creating some challenge, and she has just not been able to find the ball. I think Waugh is getting a little tighter on her. I am so grateful to see Hughes step on the ball there. Just great maturity. Looking up, it was 2-on-5, and there was nothing to come out of there going forward. Should have kept the ball more there. I don't know what we were trying to spend it on just then and giving that away. Nice tackle. And well there. Seymour now. Nice composure.
Wilson, Boutwell, and Galvin, PA, is a general practice full-service law firm in Charlotte, North Carolina, handling litigation in state court as well as in federal court. They strive to represent their clients with integrity and the highest level of professionalism.
A little more penetration. That was a nice series from Charlotte. Here comes Braddock building back again. Claudia Day ought to see a lot of the ball right now, seems to me. Players are doing a nice job when things aren't on, checking up. Available, spraying the ball around the park. Some nice ball dropped in there from there. Well, about 20 minutes. Braddock's in the penalty area, but attack is foiled. As Charlotte with her foot, it makes Braddock chase.
Corner kick. Substitution for the Lady Eagles. Checking in for number 7, Alex Brandt.
So Brandt is off.
Annie Dunn.
Annie Dunn on. Me stepping into the zone.
We have a substitution for Braddock Road as well.
Beagle's going to slide out.
Checking in for number 9, Olivia Beagle, will be number 20, Christiana Myers.
Christiana Myers on. I think we could look for Braddock to really push some numbers forward. What's the difference between losing 2-0 and 3-0? You got to give it a chance.
Hit.
Nice save from Warner Jones. It's actually a play out of the Eagles book there. And the corner is played straight out of bounds.
Dick's Sporting Goods and start earning today. Get 3% back in rewards when you use your sport. See your local store for details.
So Charlotte has substituted all 3 midfielders, their right winger and their right back. Charlotte doing a good job keeping possession. Till a touch gets away from there. And Emmy, a presence on defense there, getting pressure on the ball. Hughes is very content back. She is having to cover a lot of ground, and I don't know that she has the appetite to just randomly get forward and then have to over 60 back. Weak side ball is the choice. Braddock steps up as the ball's played back. Amy Dunn on the ball, spraying it wide right. Now Hughes has it where she likes it. There she is cutting inside. Tries a in-swinging left foot. Just stays straight on her.
Checking in for number 11, Lauren Hughes, will be number 8, McCully Jones.
McCully Jones for Lauren Hughes.
And that's the Eagles' last sub for the game.
Yeah. Eagles having used all 6. McCully Jones, an outstanding athlete, played at Charlotte Latin School here in Charlotte, and then down up to Charleston. Local product. I don't know how much the Eagles use McCully's throw-in, but she, from where the ball is there, she can put it in the goal mouth. Have you seen her do this?
Yeah,
I
have.
I mean, Fortune's got a flip throw that's pretty amazing, but I think Jones has got her beat. High school could just create havoc for defenses. Nair sensing the high line from Braddock and just dropping a nice 7-iron in behind. You know, Jesse, I think that Braddock's done a great job changing the point of attack and has probably led to more penetration from them. Whereas before, they just went ahead and ran forward out of wherever they won the ball from.
Yeah.
Usually meant there were a lot of penetration, but they have changed the point, been a little more patient in their initial possession, and they've been able to get people through. To them, whatever their coach said at halftime, there's a marked improvement on. Hats off to Braddock. We may see the McCully Jones throw in to form in front of the goal. You know, being then one would think the girls would start a little close to the goal. And it just didn't get there.
I've seen it, still impresses me.
Yeah. Is making a little more room for herself. because Lorsch looked like she was going to get something going there. Nice step in front of the ball to win that. Nice ball out wide. Jones turning the wheels on. Good left-footed cross, and not quite the touch needed. Resetting. Emmy Dunn with a confident left foot strike from must have been 35 yards at least. The Chandler seemed unbothered by it, and she takes a goal kick.
Ensure your senses are in tip-top shape this season by visiting Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates. For more than 90 years, Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates has offered patients the region's premier nose and throat care. Learn more at www.throatassociates.com.
It's a great ball dropped in. Emmy Dunn back to cut that out.
For next birthday party event at the Premier Bowling Alley in Charlotte.
Well, Jesse, I think this is a great team effort by Charlotte. They have not played a lot this season. Only 2 full games in prior to this. Great ball through from Jones. But a good team effort here. Some key players to rest them for tomorrow night. If Charlotte can walk out of this with a 2-0 win, I think they'll be very happy with it.
Free kick for Braddock Road.
Some good experience for some of the younger players, getting them game time.
For all things Eagles, check out www.charlotteeagles.com. Check out the latest standings, team rosters, purchase tickets, and get next game details. That's www.charlotteeagles.com.
Charlotte back in 6 and 7 numbers. just protecting that lead. And worked out. Jones on the end of this. Oh, almost. That was going to be something out of nothing. I mean, I don't think anybody saw an opportunity on goal. Great hard work by El Sasser to try and get on the end of Lee's ball. Jones with a great run in the box. Braddock definitely put the numbers forward. And center backs just run forward like this to join the. And Jones is one-on-one. Kirk, the lone defender, back for Braddock right now. 3 minutes left. Searching for a goal. And they find Jones. Can she run with it? She can. Jones still working. Fonderud. Done.
The DoubleTree by Hilton is a boutique hotel located 4 miles from the airport with 24-hour.
Well, Jesse, your thoughts on the game, the Eagles' performance?
I mean, they're doing a great job just finishing out this game. You know, got quite a few players coming off the bench. Team defensively, just keeping that 2-0 lead. We've got Braddock Road, who just, I mean, there's 2 minutes left in the game and they're still fighting, trying to get that first goal of the game. And that's something to be said about the team and their perseverance.
Agreed. A real character in this Braddock Road team. And there's Seymour on the ball again. She's been very industrious tonight. Wall plays out through Underwood. Everyone has the sense that Jones could get through in any minute, but I think wisely Day held the ball up. Emmy lays it back, and Charlotte should be able to close it. Really well played here. Nice little stamp on the end of the game. There will be 2 minutes of stoppage time. So, and Sarah Ann Wall is feeling a goal.
Yeah.
And made a 40-yard run to chase that down, and now a 30-yard run back Advantage played by the ref. And there's Wall again. She is everywhere. Tell you, I think Emmy Dunn's put in some nice minutes. She's been real clean. I think she's had a great idea about how we should play, and I feel like she's provided some great leadership in the approach to the game. Last 20 minutes of the game. Did a threat, requiring more attention from Braddock. Great substitution play out of some of these Lady Eagles. Going to be interested in your thoughts on Woman of the Match. Why don't you be thinking about that, Jess?
Yeah, definitely.
And there's the game.
Great performance by both teams tonight.
Thoughts for you, Woman of the Match?
I think I would have to go with Annie Spees tonight. Coming off her injury and just second game of the season that she's been able to play in, she really got the ball rolling tonight.
And that was a phenomenal left foot ball driven back to the right post. We had the perfect angle on that. Annie Spees, Lady Eagles, the Woman of the Match. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, the Lady Eagles have a game tomorrow night against Washington. We invite you to join us for that. And also ask you to be thinking about the Charlotte Eagles Youth Tour. There will be 30 high school boys and girls headed to Brazil for 2 weeks on a missions trip, using their gifts as soccer players to share the life in Brazil. Great life experience for those kids. We wish them the best, and that's going to be an exciting time for them. So for Jesse Nemi and everyone else here with the Charlotte Eagles, thank you for joining us, and good night.
Good night.